We have a problem that the Bible calls the flesh. So, where did the flesh come from? It's important to understand that the flesh is not a thing that just spontaneously created itself after Adam and Eve sinned. The flesh is just part of being human, and it's always been part of being human. The fleshly desires that lead us into sin and temptation are the same desires that God created in us in the beginning. The problem is that Satan manipulates these desires to lead us into temptation and sin. For example, it's perfectly natural to desire self-gratification or pleasure. That desire is neutral. It's not right or wrong. It's not inherently evil or inherently good. But that desire is exactly what leads to fornication, adultery, pornography, and basically every other sexual sin and addiction. Here's another example. It's perfectly natural to desire self-worth or purpose. That desire is neutral in and of itself. It's not inherently good or evil. It's not inherently righteous or unrighteous, but that very desire is what leads to pride and things like covetousness. Here's another example. It's perfectly natural to desire self-preservation, but that is the desire that leads us to lie, cheat, steal, and kill. Examples of these processes are endless, but just consider the first sin in the Bible. Eve sinned because of her fleshly desires. Genesis chapter 3, verse 6. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate. So Eve could see that the fruit was good for food. That's not evil in and of itself. The desire to eat is natural. Eve could also see that the fruit looked good to the eyes. That is not wrong in and of itself. Appreciating beauty is natural. Eve could also see that the fruit was desirable to make her wise. And once again, that's not evil in and of itself. The desire for knowledge is perfectly natural. So what's the problem? The problem is that carelessly, thoughtlessly, following the desires of the human flesh is not a path that leads to God.